Did John Gruden and Antonio speak before dotted lines or T's were crossed and I's dotted?
Yes, they did.
They did?
Yes, they did.
Okay.
Absolutely.
At any point, did you...
Once the team was given permission to communicate with us, we made those arrangements.
Okay. Did you at any point ask if Derek Carr was going to be the quarterback of the Raiders?
I didn't specifically ask, but it was evident in our discussions. They involved him throughout the process. He was mentioned prolifically by the Raiders, and he was also in touch with Antonio. I'm assuming that will be Antonio's quarterback moving forward, but of course we don't have any control over that, and that would just be our assumption moving forward.
A few more minutes.
And our hope.
Sure. Okay, and your hope. And a couple more minutes left with Drew Rosenhaus. Best you can tell, did Antonio Brown and Big Ben have a conversation to see if anything between the two of them could be hashed out to avoid all of this?
I'm not sure. If they did, it's not something that I discussed with Antonio. And let me just backtrack a little bit. You know, once the Steelers gave us permission to negotiate with Oakland, I don't have firsthand knowledge of Antonio and Coach Gruden talking, but I was under the impression there was some kind of communication. I just don't know specifically if there was, and whether it was texting or through a third party, or whether they spoke directly. And I never really discussed that with Antonio.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.